Okay, hello. My name is Matthew Shimshek, and today I'm going to be going over the jet engine, which is experiment 5 for this lab. So, just outline, I'm going to go over what is a jet engine, why do power plants use them, because that's actually what the lab's kind of about, and then the thermodynamic theory behind it, the procedures and safety requirements that goes into operating a jet engine, and then just some calculations and conclusions. So here's the diagram of the jet engine. This is straight out of our lab manual. Basically, you got the air intake, which then goes to a compressor, compresses that air and mixes it with the fuel, the jet fuel, and then that gets combusted. And so then you're going to have this massive exhaust of air after the combustion happens, and it's going to go into two turbines, the power turbine, and for our jet engine, there's a free turbine. And so the power turbine actually helps the engine continue to run, so it goes and powers the compressor after startup. And so the jet engine can keep running as long as fuel keeps getting implemented. And then the rest of that exhaust is going to go to the free turbine, which is going to spin a shaft and then generate the electricity that we're looking for. And so this is the, so I can go back, this is the kind of jet engine that power plants are going to use. And so this kind of ties into what David was talking about, how when you reach sort of that peak energy consumption, and you have to ramp up electricity production really fast, some power plants turn on these jet engines because it's hard to get to just like immediately burn some more coal. So instead of doing that, they just turn on the engine and they can hit that peak requirement without the entire grid failing. So this is the theory. It's the Brayton cycle. And this is these graphs are the ideal cycle, obviously. So when we do it in the lab, it's not going to be ideal. There's a lot of sources for error. And so then we're going to calculate once we get to collect data, we're going to calculate the efficiency, which depends on the temperatures at each point. So why do this experiment? Well, I've never started a jet engine. I don't know about you guys. So it's going to be pretty cool to start a jet engine because, you know, I just go and sit on the plane and watch it start up. But now I get to actually start the engine. And then we'll get a better understanding of the Brayton cycle and sort of see it in action in the lab. So the procedures, there's a very long list of procedures in the lab manual. A lot of safety requirements go into it. It even states for earplugs, so it's probably going to get loud when we do it. And so you have to, a lot of pre-checks, so like the table that the jet engine is on has wheels. You got to make sure those are locked because you don't want the engine moving while you're performing the test. And then you got to wear safety glasses, all that safety stuff, and follow the lab manual. So here's the diagram of where all the sensors are in our jet engine. And so there's a lot of stuff to monitor on the operator board. And so because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And so you can look at all these data outputs and make sure everything's operating correctly and that the engine is working how you want it to. So in conclusion on the experiment, we're going to learn a lot about jet engines, collect the data, and determine its efficiency based on the ideal Brayton cycle.